TBC, what's the deal? Wanted to do another post-fight video on this Cunningham versus Glowacki fight. It was a really good fight, man. It was funny when the fight first started because leading up to the fight, Glowacki said he's going to come out. He's coming right at Steve Cunningham. He's coming right at him. He's going to make it a war. And it turned in to be a great, entertaining fight, but not the way Glowacki said it was going to be because Cunningham came out walking him down. As soon as I saw that, I didn't know what to think because I'm thinking like Cunningham really isn't a walk you down type of fighter, man. He likes to use his boxing skills, use his ability, and just fight you from range. So I was like, this really isn't Steve's game. He was trying to lead with like crazy right hooks and right hands, and I'm like, man, he needs to settle down a little bit. And Glowacki, to me, was going on his back foot. He kind of looked like Arthur Spilko out there, man, with the way he was just positioning his hands, the way he was moving at the waist, and the way he was coming in with his left hand. But he was a little bit more patient than I've seen Spilka. But he was patient, and he was setting Steve up with that left hand. Whether he was countering with the left hand, or there's a few times where he led with it. And I kept thinking, like, man, Steve needs to get out of the way of that damn left hand. And when you're watching it on TV, it looked easy for him to move from the left hand, but obviously I'm not in the ring. But Glowacki just started to he was mixing it up with Steve, and Steve didn't know if he was trying to land. He didn't know if Glowacki was trying to land the left hand as a counter or lead with it, but it was landing. It was landing flush, fluid. That is Glowacki is a heavy-handed motherfucker, man. He has very heavy hands. I was impressed by Cunningham. He has a huge heart, man. A huge heart, because Glowacki, some of those left hands could have put some other cruiserweights to sleep, and he was getting up. You know, and there was one round, I forget what round it was exactly, but he got, I believe it was the 10th, when he got knocked down, he got right back up and started walking Glowacki down, and the announce crew on the telecast gave it a 10-9 round to Glowacki and not a 10-8. I gave him the 10-8, but Cunningham did get up and fight on. All the knockdowns, he got up and came back and tried to fight back. So props for that. But this Alexander Usyk fight versus Glowacki is going to be a damn good fight. I'm curious to see who's going to take the lead. Once they get in the ring with each other, who's going to take the lead, who's going to be the aggressor. Because Usyk, I've seen him fight. I've also seen a lot of his World Series of boxing fights where he's fighting much larger men, super heavyweights, you know, Joseph Joy and guys like that. And he, you know, he'll move on. He's very quick, very elusive, man. So if Glowacki tries to walk him down, I think he's going to get beat because Usyk, man, is really good at slipping punches. I think he has more in the tank at this stage of his career than a guy like a battle-tested, you know, elite fighter like Cunningham. Although his body look like he's about 21 years old, he's still damn near 40 years old, man. You know, it is what it is on that. And I think Usyk has a little bit more in his tank as a fresher, younger fighter. Good, a great Olympian. I mean, this dude's the goods. He has a pretty damn good left hand himself. And just his rhythms and his fighting pattern. Sometimes if you're trying to walk him down, he'll make you miss by just moving and turning you. Then he'll pop in with left hands and combinations, and he'll get back out and get back on his toes and move around. He's hard to stalk. So I'm curious to see, will Glowacki do what he kind of did in his Cunningham fight? Just make sure all his weight's on his back foot, not on his front foot, so he can, you know, move. And will he just say, you know what, I'm going to counterpunch? But if he's just looking for that one quick left hand counter, this is going to be different than fighting Cunningham, because Cunningham, in my opinion, stayed in one spot. Tough guy. He was putting his gloves up and trying to duck under shots and roll, but he wasn't moving his feet enough. Where a guy like Usyk is going to move his feet. He's going to bend at the waist. He's going to lean back. He's going to, you know, pull back with his head. He's going to do a lot of stuff to get out the way. He just doesn't use one thing. He just doesn't roll with punches, or he just doesn't move his feet. He does everything. You know, but one thing about Usyk, I do see some holes in his defense when he does that, because sometimes he'll drop his hands to move out the way. And if Glowacki is accurate enough with a left hand, maybe he can catch Usyk in one of those moments where he's trying to retreat with his hands kind of down, or he has his gloves away from his chin, or he doesn't have his chin tucked. There are some opportunities to catch him, but he's just real fast and slippery right now. But going to be a good fight. Cunningham fought a damn good fight. That motherfucker has heart, man. Cunningham has major heart. But good fight last night. You know, Glowacki looked good. Beat Huck, beat Cunningham. Now he's about to fight Usyk. If he beats Usyk, man, I don't know, man, but Glowacki looked really damn good last night. Cunningham showed heart, and he looked good too. I had to fight. I think I had a 116, 111, and those knockdowns really hurt Cunningham. They really hurt Cunningham because he was winning some rounds, and even some of the rounds he got knocked down in, he was a few of those rounds he was winning those rounds. But good fight last night. Glowacki showed me that he can be very patient. He isn't a wild come out, swinging a million miles an hour. And he will make it a war, but he'll make it a war in his way. But he fought a good fight. Um, Cunningham should have went to his body more because Glowacki looked like he was tiring just a little bit going down the stretch. Then he started knocking Cunningham down with left hands. And that one shot was a right hand, but he landed a right hand and his elbow kind of followed it. And I think that's what really hurt Cunningham. And that can usually knock somebody out clean. You hit somebody with your fucking elbow. But Cunningham got up. But I want to see Cunningham work Glowacki's body, man. And I thought that could have slowed him down even more to set up those right hands that Steve was trying to land up top. He landed some real good right hands on Glowacki, but I thought he could have landed more had he set up the right hand going to the body, and using his jab more. But Glowacki, he showed me he could fight off his back foot, man. Not necessarily moving around, but just kind of, leaning back a little bit and making you overcommit. And he was finding a home for that left hand. Damn good fight. A damn good fight. Definitely replay value for this fight. YTBC. I'm out.